Welcome everybody out to podcast number 418. Do you know the rules of the game? Stay with us.
This is the Elevate Construction Podcast, delivering remarkable content for workers, leaders, and companies in construction wanting to take their next step. Get ready to step out of your comfort zone with Jason Schroeder as he encourages you to do better, live a remarkable life, and expect more. Let's go.
Welcome everybody. I hope you're doing well. Like I said in the previous podcast, I'm in Jacksonville, Florida. I'm absolutely beat, but I've got a jamming podcast for you. This one's titled Driving Rules. So the ask on my part is don't hit the car in front of you and stay in your lane. And so this is going to be tied to construction. I really hope you enjoyed today's podcast. It's going to be shorter, but what got me thinking, well, hold on, let me see what my outline is. Yeah, okay, I can go into this. So what got me thinking about this is I taught Reno how to drive. And I did a darn fine job of it, by the way, just so everybody knows. But with Effie, I haven't had time since we started the business, or I'm being a victim, either one. So we paid for a driving school to do it. And so I'm driving with her, and she'll kill me for saying this because I'm embarrassing her. But when she was taking me to church the first time when she was on her learner's permit, she has her license now, but she was so focused on the turn signal that she almost cut somebody off coming in the other direction and got me T-boned. And I'm like, I'm such a loving, wonderful father that I'm like, Effie, would you ever do that again? Anyway, so I got after her, and I'm like, that is wrong. Like I'm really abrupt with things like that when it comes to safety. So not great parenting, but I'll own up to it. Anyway, so when she got back in the car after going into her church thing and she got back, I was like, Effie, I love you. I'm sorry for being so rough, but I want to teach you something that your people, your driving instructors may or may not have taught you or told you about. And that is the two main rules of driving are, number one, don't hit the car in front of you, and number two, stay in your lane. Those are the two main rules. Everything else, your turn signal, your horn, the people behind you, the double lanes, all of the blah, 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 all of this other stuff, what to do in center turning lanes, green lights, red lights, yellow lights, that's all secondary to those two rules of don't hit the car in front of you and stay in your lane. And here's why I think I'm right. Because I have actually taught quite a few people to drive. And I'm telling you, when people are new to driving, they're like, my windshield wipers and my turn signal and my lights and the person in front of me, and am I in a rush and where am I going, and on my phone and somebody's next to me and what's that noise, and there's a pedestrian over there and the car and where's the lane and what am I going to do when I hit that intersection up there, and like there's 17 different things. We have to distill that down. Hey, start small. Don't hit the car in front of you and stay in your lane. Those are the two main things. And so the reason that I say that is because if we're too focused on the turn signal, we're going to hit the car in front of us. If we're too focused on the windshield wipers, we're going to hit the car in front of us. The other thing that kids do when they start driving, which frustrates me, is that they're worried about the people behind them. They're looking in the rearview mirror, like, is there somebody on my butt? Am I going too fast? Am I going too slow? And I'm like, Effie, they don't exist. I don't care anything about them behind you. You don't pay attention to them. You don't care about them. Right now, you make sure the front of this vehicle doesn't hit another vehicle and that you stay in your lane. That's it. Those are the two rules. Once you've mastered those rules, then we can pull in the turn signal. Then we can pull in the windshield wipers. Then we can pull in all of these other rules and things. And so I've been very successful keeping my kids safe by teaching them. So don't hit the car in front of you and stay in your lane. So I was thinking about that and thinking about the most important rules of the game, and I'm like, that's exactly what has brought me most of my success in construction. And which is don't hit the car in front of me and stay in my lane, which in construction is do not, with your current work, let the work stop in front of you, meaning don't hit that roadblock. Don't hit something in front of you. Keep the project flowing. If your car is the project, you can't let it hit something in front of you. As a superintendent, you have to see the future. You have to see and identify and remove roadblocks so that you don't hit something in front of you. The other thing, staying in your lane, is synonymous with team balance and health. If you have those two rules down, then you could do anything in construction. So I'll talk about that in just a minute. I want to introduce that concept in the podcast. So how am I doing? I'm a little frustrated with how slow content is being produced on the video side. I wish I was going faster, and I constantly want to deliver more, do better, and overwhelm customers with value, but I need to calm down. Katie's had to tell me 2 or 3 times, Jason, slow down. You work for yourself. You need to slow down and do what's right and just stay with it. And so that's how I've been doing. And so I have been reminding myself to just keep a pace, do my best. Hey, if I don't get to the podcast that same day, I'll get it tomorrow. Not a big deal, but we still produce a lot of content. So that's how I'm doing right now. Something I've been working on, and hopefully by even mentioning it, that helps you. So here's some here's some feedback from fans. Hi, Jason. I rolled this idea out during our staff meeting, and hold on a minute. Oh, sorry. Here's what I need to do. Okay, I'm going to go back. This thing is like so stinking long. All right. So here's what it said. I'm a fan of yours. Just thought you might like to see this. Thank you for your ideas, tools, and inspiration. So basically what this person said was, so I took your ideas and images, scaled it down, right-sized it for a small project, and helped the customer. So this person was working with a client, and the job finished on time. The superintendent gave that person credit for the framework and the workflow, and the demo foreman on that project was so proud of the work and the good spirits that he actually recognized the efforts and the flow that was on that project and made a comment about it. And it was basically a remarkably well done project. And so it was done in a kickoff meeting, and they did some tax planning, and then they did another kickoff meeting where they identified milestones, constraints, and ideas and innovation. And basically they created the tact sequence, and were able to implement a field issues board and ideas and opportunities board, and then set the rules of the game for this project to be successful. And so I said, hey, this email made my life. I'm so honored and flattered. And she said in reply, let's see if I can get to it. Okay, so she rolled out the message and these ideas in a recent staff meeting. Everybody loved it. She said, just be confidential about the feedback that you give. We don't want anybody to see the photos or basically the team that we're talking about. But she said, you made a difference in this guy's life. It was his first project. He got this Summer Slam project, and with this framework, he was scheduled to go on his honeymoon the week after the project, and it was supposed to be over. He got this Summer Slam project, and it worked out so well. Because he was able to plan a flow, eliminate or remove variation in the unexpected things of the project, and basically build capacity and finish on time. And then she said, this superintendent will go forward and be a great superintendent for the next 20 years because of this framework. And, continue to give some really positive feedback. And so I was like, yes, this is like the stuff that that we're doing in construction, helping each other out, sharing as much as we can so that supers early on can set themselves on the right footing and head in a remarkable direction. So I didn't do a great job of that. I mean, literally the email and the pictures were like 3 or 4 pages. So I tried to summarize that. But let's get right into the podcast here. So I told you the story of Effie and Reno driving, and that concept has really helped out. So the principle is, don't hit the car in front of you. Stay in your lane. We need to avoid the close calls of getting into an accident or getting into trouble because we're distracted with other things. And so like with the driving, if we're worried about the turn signal and the windshield wipers and all these things that we shouldn't be worried about at the moment because we need to be focused, then we're gonna hit something. We're gonna get in trouble. We're gonna die. We're gonna overburden people. Same thing with a project. If you're not focused on flow, meaning if your project is your car and not hitting up against a roadblock, if you're not clearing the path as a superintendent and making sure that your project schedule is cleared for flow, then you're going to hit something and get in trouble. Staying in your lane is analogous to the project team being balanced and having the capacity to run that project and keep that project moving forward. So those two concepts have benefited my career. They're the two most important focuses in construction. Number one, do you have flow? Number two, is your team balanced and does it have capacity? Now, when we talk about flow, the superintendent project managers have to be absolutely fanatical about keeping a schedule and using it as a tool and clearing work with the right permissions, with the right information, with the right materials, with all of the things, right? All of the things that are needed for work, and to get rid of the problems with RFIs, with materials, with inspections, with coordination, with whatever the case may be. It is the PM and the superintendent's job to clear that path so that the car or the project never hits the car in front of them, never hits into that roadblock out in front, and gets us in trouble. The second thing is everything starts with team balance and health, and cleanliness also, but team balance and health. If a team isn't balanced and healthy, if a team doesn't have capacity, if leaders aren't keeping their to-do list, if leaders don't have personal organization systems, and if that team is overburdened, there's nothing else that team can do. They can't watch for roadblocks. They can't remove roadblocks. They can't optimize the sequence. They can't keep track of paperwork. They can't watch the field. They can't do anything. So they have to stay in their lanes, and staying in their lanes means to the right and to the left is either too much variation or to the left overburdened because we're over capacity. And so it's your job as the PM and the superintendent to not only create flow, but to never let your team get overburdened. Never let them get overburdened with change orders. Never let them get overburdened with wasteful work. Never let them get overburdened in the sense that maybe one or two team members struggle and maybe you need some help. Never let them get overburdened with their family. Never get them overburdened with their work and their stress. Never let the team get out of balance. Because if you have a team that stays within the lane, meaning they don't get too much variation in their world and they don't get over to the left over capacity, they stay in their lane, and you as leaders clear the path for the project to flow and work to commence, and you never hit those roadblocks out ahead of you, all of the other rules of the game will fall into place. But construction managers who don't understand those two concepts can be like, oh, I'm going to implement lean. Oh, I'm going to implement the last planner system. Oh, I'm going to do this. Oh, I'm going to implement BIM. And then boom, crash landing. And then boom, crash landing. And then boom, big problem. Because they're not focused. Honestly, this is what I'm going to call Schroeder's law, is that everything starts with creating stability. And stability includes respect for people and resources. Everything starts there. And so I get annoyed when people teach about continuous improvement without creating stability. Paul Akers, he talks about continuous improvement, and I know Paul, and he's a great guy. But he created stability at his shop. He made it clean. He made it stable. He made it safe. He made it organized. And then they continuously improved. You 5S so that you can see problems, so then you can continuously improve. Japanese companies, same thing. The Toyota production company, the Toyota production system, the same thing. You go to any of these companies that are doing lean well, BMW, they stabilize first. They stabilize first. And so we have to remember these two rules. Don't hit the car in front of you and stay in your lane. The current condition is we're getting distracted by different things and we're not creating that stability. And we are pole vaulting over mouse turds, meaning we're doing crazy things to skip past and improve small returns when we should be getting the big gains that come from creating stability. So our current condition is we're getting distracted. So here's some challenges and questions. Are you clearing the path for work? Are you keeping the team balanced? Are you distracted? And are you in the thick of thin things? And I want to ask you these questions and allow you to reflect on your own, because I really think that a brighter tomorrow and a better future, no, I don't think, I know, is there waiting for you as soon as you realize those two rules. Create flow in construction and don't let your project stop or get held up or hit up against a roadblock or a pause, and stay within your lane, which means keep your team balanced and don't let them suffer from too much variation or suffer from too much overutilization where they're overburdened. On we go.
Please join us next time in elevating the entire construction experience for workers, leaders, and companies coast to coast. If you're enjoying the show, please feel free to share with your construction colleagues and help us spread the word by rating, subscribing, and leaving a review on your preferred podcast listening platform. We really appreciate it. We'll catch you next time on the Elevate Construction Podcast.